What's up guys, Cloudie here, checking in with the patch notes of March 1st patch, which was applied today on the servers. It's quite a lengthy one, so let's get to it. First and foremost, of course, we have received Estelle, who is hero number 100 in king_raid. And she is really busted, I have to tell you guys. Oh my god. It would have been a funny idea if they have put Jin as number 100, but yeah, they went with Estelle, so whatever. We will look a bit at her later on. She also comes with her step-up summon, which comes with this limited costume, looking like a cheerleader there. Yeah, that kind of fits her. It doesn't give any benefits after all, but yeah, they do keep going with this step up summon costume thing for all heroes, which is still a bit of a sad thing in my opinion, but yeah, whatever. For the login event, we are receiving the Pixie contest prizes. So I believe Taya Sonia is the first reward. So this is what we get on Wednesday when we log in. This looks pretty cool. I always like Sonia, and the colors are really nice with those butterflies. It does remind a little bit of Aisha due to those purple butterflies, but yeah, butterflies. Okay, I can't speak, guys, whatever. Let's see. And this gives 3% more gold when obtaining this or owning this costume, which is quite nice. We will also receive some of these accessories. I think the masks are really funny. Yeah. New accessories. Well, I wouldn't put the butterfly on her eye. That looks very anime to me. But okay, so free costume, and it's a cute one too for Sonyo. So yeah, I can enjoy that. A League of Fortune. So this is like for this event only, lasting until the 6th of April. Essentially, you get 5 tickets, and then every 10 minutes you regenerate 1 ticket, which means that basically every 50 minutes you would have to log in to play. And a lot of people are saying, like, what are you thinking, Vespa? Who wants to do this? Now, the good news is this is absolutely not a serious PvP format. They have put together 100 teams, I believe, which you can use. Some of them are really meme, like do not have a tank, do not have a healer, and for instance, if you run into a Fluss team without a tank, then yeah, good luck. I personally have just been autoing it because it's not terribly interesting. There are no perks, and I'm not quite sure what gears they are using, so it's whatever. It really doesn't matter if you win or lose. You get some if you win, then you get 2 of these Orville lucky tickets, and if you lose, you get 1. So yeah, okay, you get more rewards, but imagine one trying to do min-max this and just playing 5 tickets, and especially the fact that you can only hold up to 5. So it's like, why can't you hold a bit more, or maybe they could have balanced it so that it doesn't force you to play so much, especially for those of us who have actually more than 1 account. So I have like 3 now, and I'm just autoing it on all of them. Imagine playing. It's also not that fun, to be honest, because it's so random. It's like whatever, and some of the teams are just not viable. But there is a season reward for this, which is mainly about how many times you have participated in the battle. If you have played it more than 300 times, yeah, you heard that right, that's 300 times, then you will be receiving the mystical soul fragment. So this is for the soul judgment, and that's 4,000. But you can see if you play only a few times, then you will get less. Yeah, so playing 300 times is a lot. That's a lot. It's like you have to play so many games, and because it's not that fun, to be honest, I don't think it was that fun to me. It was fun for like the first 2 games, but after that it was just like eh. So yeah, I'm just gonna auto. I'm not gonna do 300 games on 3 accounts each on manual, because I would just go crazy, especially since I don't even really like PvP that much. Okay, Orville Foundation Day Dungeon. So this is the story dungeon associated with Estelle. You get 5 tickets on the first day, and then you should get 1 ticket each day. And you can hold up to 5 of them. The first 5 dungeons will be a story part, which after the 5th one you will get Estelle herself for free, and then there will be the event dungeons that you can open or fight. They seem to be the primal demons that you will need to be fighting there. We don't know those yet because we have to unlock those dungeons tomorrow. Alright, big update to the guild content. This is quite nice, I really like it. So basically, all the bosses now have 5 stages that you need to clear each in order to unlock the final boss, which you can then fight indefinitely. So you get no clear reward, but you still get the participation reward, which kind of removes the problems with some guilds were having, that people needed to suicide because they would like their characters, not themselves, of course, because they would just do too much damage and then others couldn't hit. So and that's actually, the bosses scale pretty well. Like it's not that easy to kill them off anymore. At stage 1 they have like 50 billion health, but it goes up to 100 on stage 2 already. So I guess they double each time. Not sure, would have to check with those who have cleared in my guilds. But yeah, they are definitely harder than before, and they are all open at the same time. And you do not need to be need them to be open manually anymore. There are also no guild point requirements, so that's quite nice in general. Also, the rewards have been increased quite substantially, and you can see here in this list what you get for each, because each of them has, all the 7 dungeons have 5 entries now, or 5 stages. You get all of these rewards each time. Plus the Manticore dungeon has also 5 stages. Plus there is a bonus stage, the Scarecrow one, which you get after clearing everything on stage 5. And there is also an extra stage, which is like a random appearance. We have seen so far a Goblin type, which is the same as you can have in the repository, if you still remember that content, because most people barely ever use it nowadays. So it has like a hit shield, so you do 1 damage per each hit, and you need to like grind down its health pair those hits. So multi-hit heroes, say Aisha Lau, they are really useful here. And of course you can see which gears you get for each clear. There are a lot of reforged tickets in this now, so that's really nice. They haven't really changed much about the boxes themselves, so Manticore gear is still terribly random, and with TM in the horizon you will probably not be getting full sets of Manticore unless you have already had some built. Okay, also for the Goblin raid or the bonus raid, you can get a box from it when you kill, and that gives a lot of gold, some rubies, and you get one of these with a 20% chance for each. So that can mean all sorts of stuff. That's pretty good, yeah. So definitely worth doing guild raid stuff now, and there are a lot more rewards that you can buy, a lot more points to spend. All in all, my guild has been in quite a frenzy for it. So yeah, quite nice, I think. But you can only get this bonus dungeon, sadly, once per week. Alright, let's move on. Guild League of Honor regular season 12 opening. So we will be starting on the 15th of March, and it will last until the 9th of May. They are of course updating the shop, and the 2 new costumes will be Epis, who is hot as always, of course, and Mora. That's a pretty interesting look. I quite like this look. Not really a Belva costume, but the colors are nice. It does fit her somewhat. Yeah, and then more accessories. Well, the tail on that looks like somewhat like Sarah's weapons, to be honest, but it's in a really weird position there. Okay, so adjustment to the max HP of the 3 world bosses, so they are increasing it about less than the double amount. So that's a weird wording, so I guess they are more or less doubling it, but not quite. And they are also adding a change in April that you will not be able to kill them anymore. So what will Mita do, I wonder? Alright, so Shakmei will be moving to the special shop, and you can buy him for rubies, and then they are updating some of the stuff. You need to agree to the privacy policy again. We will have a new solo ranking match and a new team CR. So, and then there are some bug fixes which are not terribly interesting. So the big news are of course the story dungeon, the login event, and the guild improvement, and of course Estal. So quite nice stuff all in all. Lots of freebies, lots of new stuff to get. I'm quite hyped about these. Now let's see what else we have. We have a developer's note for the first quarter of 2021. This is pretty long, and I think I'll go more into it in a separate video because this is already like 10 minutes long. They do, of course, again, give a lot of promises about more communication, and they actually give some explanation to 킹스레이드 2 or remaster. Some leaks have already shown, or it has come out in the media somewhere, I'm not quite sure. Basically, they explain that this is the same game. They aren't launching a new game or like a brand new version. They are just aiming to update the game into a brand new looks, but you will keep all your accounts and stuff. At least that's what they write here, if you wanted to hear a TLDR version of it. But let's get into that later in a separate one. Okay, so Estelle, again, I don't want to talk too much about her, but looking at her skill set, she, well, we have talked about this with some of my friends, and we were like, she's the most busted, broken, loaded hero in the game right now, with so much stuff shoved into her kit. She's just like an amalgamation of, say, Annette and Talisha, maybe with a bit of Veronica mixed in there, and sadly only really viable for physical teams. Okay, she could be used in magic comps too, but then you would not be using her to her full potential. So yeah, I think at this point it would be best if Vespa just removed the separate physical and magical damage supports, and would just make all buffs universal and damage and like armor reduction universal, because that would solve so many issues with how some heroes are only viable for certain damage types, and while the others are universal. Like, this is something that you often see as a magic player, that most of the magic buffers that are really good are also really good for physical, while that doesn't necessarily go the other way around as well. Look at, say, Loman versus Veronica, for instance. So yeah, technically you could use Estelle in a magical combat. She will not bring her near her full potential. So yeah, that's like whatever. But yeah, I'll go more into her skills and whatnot in a little bit later in a different video. She doesn't seem to be a DPS anyway. She's more like a full-on support character, but that's her personality and her whole theme as well, so that's kinda to be expected. With Estelle, we get a hero review event, so this is the usual: take screenshots, post them on social network, fill in the form, you get some stamina potions. Again, if you want to do free advertising for Vespa in return for some stamina potions, then you can do it. I usually slack off with this, to be honest. There is also another event, the Where is Estelle event, where you need to tell what Estelle is doing and where she is and what she's doing. Now this is not dancing, so you can see the answers probably in the comments below, but yeah, you need to fill in a form. The answers are pretty easy, just don't confuse it with actually dancing, because she's not. Alright, let's see, League of Fortune. So this is the this random battle, which is first session, not season, will be until the 23rd of March, and then there will be a second one to from that time on. The rewards are, yeah, you get some random stuff. I think the tickets that you can, yeah, they say that you can sell them, and the number of items you obtain will be counted, and the total number of accumulated items won't be changed when they are sold. So that means that wow, that's quite interesting. So they do actually have pretty good rewards if you want to go. This foundation package is quite good. It has some really good rewards. But imagine tryharding an event like this where all the teams are really random. Yeah, no, I refuse to subject myself to that kind of thing. Alright, but if you want, you can try to go for that. Yeah, no. Okay, special shop. Well, I always leave this last. So the important part, I think, is this: that all costumes and heroes are at half price. This is pretty nice if you still need some of the heroes. We also have actually a Ruby spend event, so if you are not doing one of the step up summons, Checkmate should still be up, Estelle is up now, then you could also buy heroes and accessories, or costumes, not accessories. One note here is that the discount applies to the mileage gained as well, so if you buy a hero for 3k rubies, then you only get mileage for 3k rubies, not the original 6k, but this has always been that way. Nothing new here. Now there is a lot of packages here, some of them are pretty nice, but of course they are at the usual cost. One of them has the protection of the God Kings, that's pretty nice. And there is also where was it? There is a rulebook one. So yeah, this one is here. This one is somewhere around 40-50 US dollars. And if you check it, it has an artifact ticket, an event artifact ticket, a Lewis unique weapon ticket, Lewis artifact ticket, plus a whole bunch of Reforged tickets, Vel'Khazar rune tickets. So I think if you are looking at value for money, this one is pretty good, because it has so many. The artifact tickets are really valuable, the Lewis unique weapon ticket is really valuable, the Lewis artifact ticket is also very valuable. So if you were gonna spend, I would say buy this one first. But that's just my 2 cents. I mean, I never really want to try and coerce anyone into buying stuff. If I was to spend, then I would probably buy this one out of all of the other ones first, and well, probably only because I don't like to spend too much on the game anyway. Alright, so I think this is most of the patch. We also have, like, they have linked the contest on Pixie. You can see some of the results here. So this one is the first by Taya, and then there are some other additions. I think this one is pretty cool. I would like me some Red Knight with demonic wings and stuff, so that looks pretty cool. Yeah, you can check this out. I'll put the description into the I put the link into the description along with the AP key file and whatever else. So yeah guys, this is the patch for now. I'm really liking the guild raid changes. It finally brings back some life to the guild raid, and it's not just a chore, I think. Estelle is cute. Some really don't like her personality because too high. They say she's too hyper and jumpy. Yeah, but yeah, it would have been nice if she was more of a general supporter. Hero number 100 and the anniversary. Please, Vespa, why do you do this to us? You could just have made a character that was good for everyone, and maybe then the people who play Magic would feel less inferior to the other half of the player base. I think this is something that Vespa really should work on. It does feel like they do have a pretty big bias towards physical teams, and I'm not quite sure where this is coming from, but yeah, Magic has the upper hand, has been a running meme for like more than a year now, and it's getting a bit boring. But alright, this has been it for now, guys. I was Cloudie, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, bye bye.